playing in the Nautilus, which already is hard, I think into these type of deathball comps, getting a high level of impact as a Kali is so hard.
This is where Pro rises up. Let's get into game number 1. Do you think Polo would struggle to stand in brushes because he's so tall?
Realistically, that's the only thing that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. And so they knew exactly, like, ignore the ward. It's not about the ward. They knew he was there.
In general, as we do get another reminder of what has been happening, in case you missed some of the earlier matchups between these two duos. Doing good in lane, that's nice, right? They're about, give or take, like 15 CS up, I think, maybe close to 20. But you need to actually turn this into objective. So Gideon starting up Dragon here, that's a good start. Obviously going to give up the grubs, but we have collectively already kind of agreed that Dragons are better than able to hit a lot, and they need to get this Dragon. This is a must-get.
Gideon tanking a lot of damage as now Viper is the target. He's going to flash. Great passive stun there onto Gideon, but he's still chasing. Q not going to land. Delight just bodyguard extraordinaire.
But even though Viper has to use the summoners, that's still a win for Hanwha. Even delaying the Dragon alone, I think, is a really big win for them here.
Because he's down 30 CS here at 8 minutes, and that is not looking like it's improving, as Delight now taking a lot of damage. Samba pushing him away from this one. There's a flash. Does get the E off, but control ward goes down. Depth charge is going to be used, and the fire kick comes out, and Samba's going to be able to grab first blood. Oh. Viper comes in, will find a snare, and there is Peanut. Does manage to get the ulti out of Polo. That's high value for Harma Life, but not going to equate to the first blood that this bottom lane picked up. So that is another duo kill, and they were even able to get them in the T1 series.
And a breath of fresh life from the Giga Chats here.
Yeah. I think if you're a Harma Life esports fan, you're not exactly worried about the situation, but if you're a Bro fan, you are psyched about how controlled this early game has been.
All right, the 1v2 Morgan. Pull it out.
Let's see whether he can do it. He has found himself in clutch moments before. He breaks the chains, misses the Q, and Doran tanks the turret. Peanut walks away. Picking up the rest of them here. He's already collected one for himself, but there's his second, and now he's going to get engaged on here by this Lee Sin. Mini stun into the wall there with the kick as Dawning Shadow. He's going to look to turn the health bars around. Zeka holds onto the shockwave as now Morgan goes all out, but Doran, he just flashes the wall. Oh, the perfect execution, not quite enough to execute the Aatrox, and Karis finds himself on the wrong side of the rift. 5-point strike not going to work out. The Winter's Wrath connects, and the clockwork has been wound up. Meanwhile, Viper is burning down. But here is Delight, and he's the one with all of the money. Misses a dredge line, and that's going to say, yeah, it's going to be the end of that. And Harma Life Esports, they walk away with an equalized kill line and a few extra grubs. All right, Samba taking some damage here as Delight is looking absolutely immortal. Viper doesn't get the snare, though, and there's the hook. Connecting from Delight, who can tank this forever. Piercing Darkness, going to be avoided, though. Or at least not going to kill Polo. He gets himself out with a flash. That's, this Dragon's actually helping Harma Life Esports out quite a bit. And they're trying not to get collapsed on as the Akali's looking for an opportunity. In comes Gideon, but he's not able to find the kick flash opportunity there as Zeka gets into the brush. Karis diving on top of him. Dawning Shadow trying to help out, and Zeka is going to be cornered, but now Doran makes his way in. The depth charge is massive. And now Morgan is trying to Cassante them, but the Aatrox is in melee range, and that means you are not winning the team fight. Samba and Polu just trying to run away as best they can. Oh, no. And Doran is going to cut them off. The hook is going to land. The fire kick is going to be there. And now Doran, with all of his lethality, should be able to find another auto, but he will die. So there is that. Samba with one back.
And you know what? Samba and Polu, they're going in, man.
It might be possible, as we do have a teleport coming into the mid lane. Zeka going to turn up. Gideon was thinking about fishing for an opportunity, doesn't get in there, does have his flash available, and his Dragon Rage kick. As the rest of Bro looking to try and consolidate. Zeka's the one piloting the Rift Herald this time around, as the hook is going to be mitigated here, as Morgan actually going in. Not sure about that one, he's taking a lot of damage, gets knocked up as well as Karis looks for the back line, and Doran is just running amok. He will be taken out here, and there is the kick finally utilized. Zeka is going to break his arm guard, but will he still fall down? The shockwave is gigantic, And there goes Karis as well. He manages to turn it on a dime in the end. And bro, it was so close until it wasn't. Just throw him. You know?
Just throw him.
Yeah, just try and find some sort of opportunity. As Morgan, he's kind of doing it. Playing into the front line here. Going to clear out vision. And this Chemtech Drake is live. Samba taking a bit of damage there, but should be all right. Good knock up there from Doran, but Safeguard gets Gideon out to safety. And now Ulti flies to Narnia here, but I don't think that's really going to matter. He's Peanut able to walk away from Doran. Karis gets into the backline, but it's Delight sort of going in by himself with Viper behind him. And now Morgan, he's tanky, but he's not that tanky. The rest of Bro are going to be running for the hills. And Peanut loses half of his health bar, but that's about all Bro gets.
They just can't chew for anyone.
Yeah.
Gideon gets taken out immediately.
Did you see that?
No.
That was almost
I missed it. I blinked.
Oh.
Hey, so Karis did actually go Leandries, which, like, I'm a big Leandries enjoyer, but if you go Leandries on Akali, don't pick Akali!
That's not quite it as, oh dear, there goes the Cassante. And they tried to get the ulti off as Doran's flashing in after his humble dash. Samba still has to be respected though. Does a lot of damage. The Q lands from Gideon and he does not go in. But at least they have the top lane inhibitor, Chronicler. That's what they have.
Might not have a Nexus though.
Yeah, no, that is the biggest problem. But I'm still going to say, at least they had a top lane inhibitor. Siege is now on. They throw out the ulti here from Polu, not necessarily give them a lot of value, as Samba is also going to be the only one shockwaved. Depth charge coming in as well, and Bro, they're still alive. A lot of cooldowns have been taken down, but does Doran care? Looks like he doesn't at all. Dredgeline's coming in, and the Bash Bros of Delight and Doran are just moving forward like a freight train and hurting about as much. The culling not really doing too much at all, and this team is too tanky.
They're taking no damage!
It's ridiculous! Isn't there a turret there? It's supposed to be hurting them! In goes Gideon, but he's mitigated instantly by a fantastic Arctic Assault, and now it's Karis' turn to dive into that backline. He's in a shroud, but he's still taking a lot of damage. Oh! They can kill the Nautilus! He does go down, and Karis looks for an opportunity once again. Peanut says nope, and just bonks him with his skull. And that is going to be the end of the game. Nexus falls down. Humble Life Esports very comfortably take the first game of the series. I think you solve everything else, he can stay. You know? Just fix the rest.
Yeah, that's the hard part. But
Samba is totally fine.
Zeka is a great Akali pilot, as we all know, because he piloted it straight to a World Championship.
He did. That's Camille.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, we're doing it. And Doran has been on the Camille hype train after the buffs as well, playing it a bit in solo queue. So let's see how it's going to go. Super massive black hole, stuff like that. It's going to the Rift.
I haven't listened to music in
It's been a very long time, but Hysteria is probably like anything from that album, to be honest. It was just very, very good.
I really like Plugin Baby.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
And their cover of Feeling Good is one of the best Feeling Good covers. It's on one of those albums as well. There's Peanut. It's going to lie in wait.
Oh no.
And it's a bit of a mounted battle, a joust, if you will, as Zeka is going to move into the river. If he gets this kill, this could be just lights out as the crash down not going to do anything at all. Into the shroud now as the flash does come through. Zeka's in trouble though, as he's going to have to walk this one out. Finds a backflip. There's the flash. As now Samba gets over the wall, finds that hail of arrows, and once again picks up first blood. I don't know how that worked out there for Peanut, as he's now limping out with about 2 health. And Arctic Assault's going to get him to safety, but the damage has been done. And first blood once again for Samba.
Is he the hero that Breon has been waiting for?
The true Giga Chad we never even knew about, Chronicler.
He just flashed into 4 people.
Yeah. And he will be able to take this one down. So, bro, look at this. I love this. We're looking at the gold difference over time at 5 minutes. And it might just be extended here as Polu does manage to hit the hook. The light down to 50%. And look at that. Big chunks onto Viper here, and maybe that is why the Varus was the ban.
Go for tactical donation.
Ah, yes. Well, we got teleports happening all over the place. Delight making his way in. Samba could be in trouble here as Doran's just flashing. Doesn't really find too much. And that is both summoner spells in trade for both summoner spells to the top laner on Humble Life Esports side. But good news for Humble Life is the fact that they were able to get over to this Drake in transition, and Morgan was caught on the back anyway. So Doran not punished too much for this. We'll just now head back towards the lane.
Oh yeah, that could have been an opportunity for Morgan to try and build some parity, because he is pretty substantially down in gold due to the early plates that Doran got, as well as the CS advantage. But
yeah, well, Polo is going to get snared, but see, Harmalife Esports, they know as well.
they're getting this dragon.
Hextech Ultimatum does come down here as Morgan does have to flash.
Wait.
Does get himself out of immediate danger, but Zeka makes his way in, and that is going to be a kill. So, my wishes have been denied entirely as Doran gets himself out. The turret does a fair bit of work, but not too much as Samba trying to hold down the fort here. Finds the Chains of Corruption onto the center. Takes a lot of damage, but Delight has the Devour. Harmalife Esports might need to actually go for the 0-kill game, or 0 kills from here game, because they just may not be able to kill anyone. Because they're just so incredibly tanky.
He just stands.
He does, and he does a lot of damage as well. This is also prior to picking up a Rage Blade.
Well,
we have
that's not a champion, Atlas.
We've somewhat moved into a lull state in this game, as maybe some 2v2 here on this bottom side. Doran is going to be put into the chain, does have to use his Hextech Ultimatum and then immediately flash out of it in order to survive. That is a lot of big cooldowns that they now have in their back pocket as Gideon and Morgan. I don't know about this one. As, all right, the ulti is going to be avoided. Now Polu comes in, Samba making his way through, and that hook was amazing.
TP!
To Viper, who gets pulled back, that teleports in from Karis, who's now able to do a whole bunch of work. Oh! 3-man shockwave! And Zeka, can he be enough? The answer is no. They've taken too much. He wants to press that button, but he does not. And the Bros! They win a team fight as well!
The Bros strike back, Atlas!
A fight means confidence.
Please just keep Sombra safe.
A fight
Don't let
means
Camille get on top of
Look
him.
at this. They managed to get themselves
Keep him safe.
a red buff. Peanut. I mean, it's not about whether this Drake does go over, although it would be nice if they're able to pick it up as Polu goes down to 53 for about forever, but they still manage to lock it down. Doran is also absolutely dead, and now Morgan is just going to stand still. That was almost comical. He was like, I have the reset. I am cold.
I think it went down to 1.
Yeah, it was down. It was definitely 35 health for an extremely long time. How much vision is available here as Morgan moving in. Doran goes for the engage. Peanut around from the side finds Gideon on the angle. There's a big shield, but still they go down. Samba's taken out of the fight though, and now Zeka is popping off. He manages to avoid the dredge line as well as he's just wrecking the back line. Morgan's trying to do the same thing, but Viper is keeping it at arm's length. And Peanut, he might actually, never mind, able to Arctic Assault away. And Harmalife Esports a much more even team fight this time around, 2 for 2. Well, Morgan is going to have to Umbral Dash over the wall. That's not going to be enough to get him out of this Hextech Ultimatum, though, as Peanut just trying to keep him CC'd, and Zeka makes sure that they are going to win out on the fight. Doran gets on over, as Morgan's still able to dash away. Delight's here, though, and everyone is going to turn up to make sure that the Aatrox dies. Polo now has to flash away. And Harmalife Esports now with a 5 versus 4 situation might just be able to head towards Baron and then guarantee themselves the next dragon.
Now, this is a crucial timing. Morgan dead for 30 more seconds. Because this happened on the other end of the map, and Peanut isn't there. Like,
yeah, Samba is going to rip him apart, though. He does a lot of damage to these tanky members as he finds the air with an ultimate. Shockwave avoided by Peanut, which is important. And now, unfortunately, Karis is out of position. Tactical sweep not going to connect, though. Harmalife Esports back into the fog of war. He's walked on a wall!
They just know!
Yeah. And now Karis.
Wait.
Oh, he was actually. Oh, what? Okay. Doran is moving all the way across the map. Nice little Arctic Assault to try and interrupt Gideon here. As there's the Hextech Ultimatum to try and get himself out there. The gobble from Delight, and he gets himself out. The depth charge there as well.
It's really hard to smite into.
Well, Zeka looking for a flank, and so is Morgan. Zeka dives on top of him here. If he can keep him busy, then there's an opportunity here for Harmalife Esports. Gideon now going to get snared. Shattering Strike onto Peanut. And Morgan tries to get in there, but he's going to get turned to ice immediately. And Zeka just executes Samba on the back line. Gideon is going to get permafrosted as well. Look at these health bars. 5-point strike from Zeka is going to finish off the Nautilus. And Morgan, he's not in this fight anymore either. Gideon has to run away, but I don't know whether he's going to be able to because Delight's there, and he is much bigger than a lot of our other Tahm Kench's have been, and that is the ace for Harmalife Esports, but such a better go of it for Bro in this game, right, Chronicler? As Bro going to walk over a control ward, teleport as well from Morgan to get back to the rest of his team. And Zeka lying in wait, control ward goes down, they spot him on the flank.
Baron's pretty slow.
Yeah, as there's a flash from Polo, but still he's going to get hooked up. And into the backline goes Doran. Samber in a lot of trouble, but the GA is going to be popped, and then another backflip lands from Zeka. He cannot miss on this champion. That's why he has a skin for it, I guess. Morgan now trying to pop off, but the CC is too high. It's the permafrost and the triple kill from downtown as Zeka puts the last nail in it. Humble Life Esports, it will be another 2-0 for them here in the LCK, but Bro in game 2, he made them work for it.
And that's more than we could have expected coming into the day, Atlas. It might not be enough, but it looks like new life has been breathed into this Brion roster, but
at least a new bot lane, that's all I'm saying. I look at Samber and Polo and I'm thinking, there's something to work with now. There's something to work with for Bro. Not this game, not this series. This one's over. The Nexus is going to be taken down immediately after Humble Life Esports.